Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back once again to Dragon Quest VII. When we last left off, our dear sweet Prince Kiefer left the party, and now we've got to go break it to his father. This is going to be a bit of a short play session because I've got some off-camera preparations to make. When we get to the next area of the scenario, and we'll go over what I'm going to do and that kind of stuff. So let's just get to it. And the king is indeed upstairs. Unfortunately, we've got to break the news that Kiefer has indeed flown the coop. Yeah, he has. Yes, we will. And we get a blue shard. Or blue fragment. Yes, we wish to be alone. Yeah, I think I'd be sad in kind of a similar situation where you know you have a loved one and you're never going to see them again. That's just a very awful, I don't know, it's just an awful place to be. But we do want to see Lizette and let her know the news well. Lizette and King Donald are actually two characters that if you come and see regularly, they kind of have a bit of a story arc to them. Like, you know, like them coming to terms with the fact that Kiefer's never coming back. Nope. Yeah, I don't think that he put too much thought into this whole thing. All right. So we're going to not to the Shrine of Mysteries. We want to go to Larka. We want to go to Larka because it is the closest place to the new island that has appeared. Did I actually read Kiefer's letter last time? I don't know. Let's do that now, just in case. Dear Oster and everyone else, sorry to leave you in the lurch like this, but a man's got to do what a man's got to do. One day you'll understand. I left all the equipment you got me, so no need to worry about that. Worry on that front. See you soon. Maybe see you soon, Kiefer. But, we want to go this way. I guess Larka's not any closer than just exiting from, the normal island. Now that I look at the map, it's fine though. Take that. So we're rapidly approaching the point in the game where money is going to become meaningless, assuming that you know, do the normal Dragon Quest thing and just kind of abuse you know, at the casino. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to go here and we're going to get ourselves another fragment. A laughably reasonable 5 gold. That was some very earthbound noises you just made, sir. We're going to cut to the front of the line here, because we're the heroes, and that is our privilege. Yep. I would like to point out that there are 3 of us, and we got in for the price of 1. Such a good deal. And we're going to get our money back here. And this is the skull. The horns are very, very shiny, and we're going to touch it. Dr. Doug Digby, MD. Alright, so anyway, we want to come out here, and in the bottom of the well, there is another fragment. And there is another fragment at the bottom of the dig that we can't get for quite a while, so we're going to have to come back later. That is mini medal number 18, which means we should have 19 total. Yes, yes indeed. Alright, so we can't get that. Can you see it? Yeah, I don't think you can see it from here, but there is another, take my word for it, there's another fragment down there that you can't get just yet. Doesn't look like I can see it. Anyway. Alright. Well, we're done here. So now... Oh, no, there's actually one thing I forgot to grab. But we're going to do that right now. We're going to go back to Arca. That's why I went to Arca. So we want to go this way. No. See that little bit of land on the other side over there? That little speck of white on the mini-map? That's where we're going. And these battles are pretty trivial, especially with the boomerangs. Just good free experience and money. Although, again, like I said, we're rapidly approaching the point where money is going to be meaningless, at least for me. Whether or not you choose to do what I'm about to do off-screen, that is up to you. But I will explain what I'm going to do. The main reason I'm doing it is it doesn't take very long. The casinos in this game specifically are the casinos themselves are actually not that good, but they have a different. Let me out so I can get that Lucida shard. Dang it. Anyway, if you come over here, you can get a Lucida shard, which casts Fuddle when you use it as a item in battle. So we want to give that to Maribel. It's in Ruff's bag, isn't it? Yeah. Alright, so we want to just put that there. We want to give it to Maribel. No, we're good. We want to give it to Maribel because, well, you'll see in a moment. Anyway, we are done in the world map here. So we're just going to go on to the next latest and greatest thing. I really need to clean my inventories out. So now we want to place the blue fragments that we just got, and we are going to, I think it's this one. One of the hardest scenarios in the game. Definitely one of the harder scenarios in the PS1 version. It's a little easier in this version, but even still, there's a lot of combat in this one, and they put you at a severe disadvantage. Not only are you down a person, there's other things that are going to happen that is going to make this difficult. So there's some things you can do in preparation to make specifically the final boss of this scenario much easier. The final boss of this scenario has lots of nasty attacks. Magical. He's got a really nasty physical attack that he can do that can hit one person for like 90 points of damage. And like, you know, we don't have 90 hit points. And we're not going to have 90 hit points when we get to that point in the game. So like, you reach that situation and it's just a matter of, oh, you die. That person's dead. And there's nothing you can do about it. So anyway, we are here in this. Just show you what they sell in this. Get some slime earrings if you want a couple extra points of defense. That's not necessary. If you are... Oh, that one is also locked. Darn, if only I had a key of some kind. Okay, so we want to bust all these, get all these items. And this is all the island where All Trades Abbey is. So if you don't know what All Trades Abbey is in Dragon Quest VII, give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. Just had to plug my DS in, my 2DS. It was dying. Back to what I was saying. All Trades Abbey is where people go in the Dragon Quest games, Dragon Warrior games, to change their jobs, their vocations. And in previous version, it was called the Temple of Dharma, but it's been All Trades Abbey since Dragon Quest VIII. Wait, no, Dragon Quest IX. There was no All Trades Abbey in 8. Yeah, well, it's very similar to, it works functionally identical to the way it did in Dragon Quest VI in this game, meaning that you get you pick your job, and then X number of battles, and then you get a rank, and then you learn skills. We'll go over that when we get to it. Man, the interruptions are real today. So... yeah, we'll go over that later when it becomes pertinent. Right now, pretty much there's a lot of stuff. There's a casino here, and I'll show you that right now. There is a lot you could do with the casino to make the upcoming few sections of the game actually much easier. And the casino is, by the way, over here. And it is down here in this. Now, there are, of course, the basic games here. You have poker, you have the slots, and you have one game that is not actually in any other Dragon Quest game that I am aware of, Lucky Panel. So, what is Lucky Panel? Lucky Panel is a match game that it doesn't award you any tokens. So we want to buy 100 tokens. Lucky Panel doesn't award you any tokens for winning it, but what you do is if you match all the pieces, you get every item that you matched, and then you can then sell that for money and buy more tokens. So if you want to abuse the casino, the best way is this pair matching game. You can get really good stuff and sell what you don't need for the money to buy more tokens, which you can then, just use to just outright buy this stuff here. Notable casino items here. Pretty much the best buy is the magic vestments, because look at the defense on them, and they reduce damage caused by magic effects by quite a lot, which is a big thing in the actual boss battle, at the several of the boss battles that we're going to be fighting. So, like, at least getting the 2 magic vestments. So there's different levels of like what you can do here. So, at the very bottom level, going into the next section, make sure you have the 2-edged boomerangs and a leather whip, and that's like the bottom level of preparedness I would be willing to accept going in there. The next level is just getting enough stuff to get the magic vestments, enough tokens to get 2 magic vestments, and plus whatever you manage to get from Lucky Panel, or the slots if you want to play slots. And then the final level is getting some of the very specific Lucky Panel rewards. You need to decide if you want to do this right now, though, because when you go into and actually start the plot of the scenario, you cannot come back until it's done. Now, that said, you can spend a lot of time here, but really all I want is a weapon for Oster. There's 2 choices for that. There's the Saw Blade and the Warhammer, and enough tokens to get the magic vestment. There are several secondary objectives that I have that would be wonderful if I could get them. For example, you can get an Iron Axe here for Ruff. That is his best weapon at this time. Although there is, if you don't get the Iron Axe, if you're willing to spend 4,200 gold, there is a comparable weapon near the end of the scenario before the boss. That is pretty good. It's only a few points lower. You can get better armor for Oster here. You can get iron armor or full plate armor. You can get iron helmets, iron masks. You can win the incredibly rare white shield. If you end up doing this and you get a white shield, give the first one to Maribel, and if you win a second one, give it to Oster. The reason I say that is if you want to go crazy, well, obviously the reason you want to do that is Maribel has much less defense than Oster, and but one thing you can do if you want to go absolutely crazy is spend 5,000 tokens on the bottlenose buckler here and give Oster an incredibly huge defense boost. Water-based attacks, there's like 2 in the game, and almost nobody uses them, so the bottlenose buckler's ability is not that good. It's just for the raw defense. Another thing you can do to potentially make the upcoming section a little easier is to make sure that you have an extra 4,200 gold. By doing so, you can purchase a pretty useful tool. It's a weapon called the Snooze Stick. When you use it, it's a wand that Maribel can equip. but if you use it in battle, it casts the snooze spell for free. It's pretty pricey, but at this point in the game, I had, let's say, I had 2,000, I had 3,400 G right there, right? And like you should have more than enough money if you've been playing similarly to me at all to just buy whatever you want. Because we don't need this anymore. We don't need this anymore. So like, there's no point in keeping this stuff. The main reason I haven't been selling it is because it takes too long, and I didn't need the money. Like you have infinite bag space, so it's kind of like just sell what you need to get, you know, what you want to buy. But just to kind of give you an idea of like how much money that like you can get here, so I'd have like $5 grand right here. Once you have the let's see, we want the leather whip. If you do not do the lucky panel, then you really possibly need the snooze stick. The snooze stick really helps you log down a lot of the battles upcoming here in a way that you cannot do with the sleep spell in this section for reasons. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to off-screen my only 2 goals. Okay, I only got 2. My 2 goals are to get 2 magic vestments, which I'm going to get by getting 2,000 tokens from selling lucky panel rewards, and then I'm going to get a weapon for Oster, and I have 2 choices for that. So let me show you what lucky panel looks like, and then we'll save and quit and come back. And when we come back, we will show you what I've done. So it's a matching game. It takes 5 tokens to play. You have 6. You can flip 6 pairs. There are different items in here. They let you flip 6 cards to start with. So I like to flip these bottom 6 right here, because those 2 hands right there, they are almost, I'd say 70% of the time, those 2 hands are in one of these, in one of these 2 bottom rows. And this is a really good one. There's a really good chance that I can actually do this one. And let me show you one of the things. Like, it's having a piece of paper and a pencil and writing down like what each one has is almost imperative, because my memory is terrible. But if you don't want to do that, you can also use something like this. This is the Lucky Panel app. There is a online one on Woodus.com. It's like it's a Dragon Quest like site. But this one is like a standalone Japanese one that you can do, and like up in the top right corner, even though it's in Japanese, like each one of these in this drop down that you can't, which you can't see because it's not picking up in the capture, but there's a drop down and you can change what casino you're in. They're in order. So this is, we're currently in All Trades Abbey, the past, or Pilgrim's Rest is what it is. And what you want to do is you want to just mark your stuff as you go. And this is a pretty good one because the iron axe is there. And we will put this here, and we're going to, got hardwood headwear. And you can see all the different Lucky Panel rewards down here. Money, herbs, 3 medical herbs, antidote herb, wing of the wyvern, moonwort herb, dung, a club, copper sword. That's a steel broadsword. That's the saw blade. The most powerful weapon that Oster can get is this warhammer here. And then, of course, you can win the leather whip. So I mean, you don't even need to buy a leather whip. But I just went ahead and bought it because money is meaningless. If you don't want to purchase the... if you do not want to purchase the magic vestments for some reason, the Cloak of Evasion right here is pretty good for both the other two characters. But generally speaking, yeah, you really just want to get the magic vestments if you're going to go to all this trouble. But anyway, they flip it, and you got three things to go, so that's good. And all right, and this is a wand, an axe, and an herb. There's the saw blade, and this, and I might not get this. Obvious. So the two hands, what they do, by the way, this is very important. The up gives yourself an extra flip, which is very important. The hand, the 5 hand, it randomizes where everything is, which you don't want to hit that. Hitting that's bad. All right. All right, and now we got this one, and we got this one. And you don't have to fill in all of this in. Like, generally, I just fill in the ones that I don't, like, you know, I don't have the, a match for. But as you can see, like, you could probably guess as to, like, why keeping... Alright, so that is a poison moth knife. And this. Alright, so... And I'm pretty sure that I have no way to fail now. I know where everything is, meaning that I have potentially done 2 of my goals in like one thing. It does not take long. It does not take long at all. So, and you match all the pairs. And what this does is it gives you stuff to sell at the merchant, which you then use to buy tokens, which you then use to purchase the magic vestments. Even if you don't want to do this, even if you prefer to play the, even if you prefer to play the slots, which work just like they do in any previous Dragon Quest game, you want to play the 10 slots, and you want to have about 500 to 1,000 tokens before you start. And I recommend you actually just do this to do Lucky Panel to get you some seed money. So anyway, we got the saw blade. You see the difference in attack power there. The Warhammer is even more powerful than the saw blade, but not like substantially so. Maybe 10 points. So the wizard staff is pretty much useless. It casts Frizz, which is not great. But yeah, that is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to do this off screen. Again, I'm probably going to stop when I get enough money to get the magic vestments. I'm probably not going to go any further than that, because I do want the magic vestments, but I don't really need anything other than that. Especially since I did pretty good. Some extra armor for Oster would be really good, but I have the bronze armor, and that's pretty good for right now, so that's fine. And there's going to be a chance to purchase better armor throughout the scenario anyway, so I'm not super worried about that. So I do want to stay at the end here, just so I don't forget to do that. And we're going to... continue next time when I've gotten all the stuff that I want. I'll see you then.